the small town in Kentucky that feels straight out of Dawson's Creek. This incredible riverside Kentucky town captures the spirit of Capeside, the setting of the beloved series Dawson's Creek. Alexa, play Paula Cole's I Don't Wanna Wait. I don't know about you, but I grew up watching Dawson's Creek. The WB was my guiding light for primetime television, and I was always Team Joey. Growing up watching the show, I quickly fell in love with the setting of Capeside, this idyllic town set on a large creek that from the outside, and through a television screen, seemed like the perfect place to be a teenager. It wasn't until much later, as an adult, that I realized these places aren't just settings for television shows, but actual towns peppering the country. Certain towns in the US don't just exist on a map, they feel like they belong in a story. Augusta, Kentucky, is one of those rare places. With a convenient locale right along the Ohio River, this charming small town carries a quiet beauty and emotional pull that instantly recalls the brooding, waterside setting of Dawson's Creek. For travelers who grew up captivated by that iconic series' friendships, romances, and memorable moments, Augusta offers a chance to step into a world that feels just as layered and cinematic. What makes Augusta such a natural fit for this comparison initially is its riverside atmosphere. Much like Capeside in Dawson's Creek, life here unfolds against calm water, historic docks, and a horizon that seems to stretch endlessly. Augusta gives you those same moody, contemplative moments that the characters of the show often found sitting by the creek. The town itself is small but deeply charismatic. Historic buildings line the streets, many of them lovingly preserved, giving Augusta an ageless quality. Wandering around, you'll feel like you've stepped back in time. Much like Capeside, where the past and present constantly intertwine, Augusta has that same feeling of being rooted in history while still alive with modern community life. Wandering through town, you'll find small cafes, cozy restaurants, and locally owned shops. Augusta also has a surprising cinematic connection of its own. This is the hometown of actor George Clooney, and his family's ties here add another layer of storytelling to the town's legacy. It's easy to imagine a group of ambitious young dreamers, like Dawson and Joey, growing up along these riverbanks, talking about their futures, and finding inspiration in their surroundings. Then there's the pace of life in Augusta. It's slower, deliberate, and leaves room for reflection, which was the very kind of rhythm that gave Dawson's Creek its emotional depth and longevity amongst viewers. I remember watching the show growing up and recognizing that the pace of life looked safe and reassuring, that quintessential small-town vibe that seems so idyllic when portrayed on TV. In Augusta, you can draw so many of those same comparisons, whether walking along Riverside Drive, taking the ferry across the river, or simply sitting with a cup of coffee overlooking the water. It feels like the perfect setting for coming-of-age conversations or long, meaningful silences that might just create the perfect drama. For travelers seeking a destination that blends history, natural beauty, and a cinematic sense of nostalgia, Augusta is an irresistible choice. It's a small town straight out of Dawson's Creek. It'll make you feel like you've stepped into a story where the setting is as important as the characters.